What do we even do? What do we even do with this team? I'm literally watching intros. I'm watching player intros, and I'm thinking to myself, how is this even possible that the Phillies are even in the World Series? It's still, pinch me moment. They're playing the World Series at Citizens Bank Park for the first time since 2009. They're playing the World Series in South Philadelphia. And I'm thinking to myself, this isn't real. And then they blast 5 home runs. 5 home runs off Lance McCullers to take 5-0 lead, win the ball game 7-0. I can't believe this team. They are incredible. They are improbable. They are amazing. And you know who led the way? The man, for constant viewers of the Farzy show, the man that a lot of people thought would lead the way, and that was Bryce Harper. Having Bryce Harper on this baseball team is like when you actually have a Steph Curry or a LeBron James in his heyday. It's like having one of those guys on your basketball team winning you championships. That's what it feels like. And in baseball, you can never say that. You feel like you can never say that. I mean, the best case example is a guy like Barry Bonds would carry a team like the San Francisco Giants. They never won anything. But you have a guy like Bryce Harper who is helping will this team to victories throughout the postseason. And then on top of will, determination, and talent, he's blasting home runs for you. If you're not amused, if you're not entertained, if you're not blown away by this team, I don't know what to tell you. And to the Philly fans, oh my goodness. They had the shirt. Somebody got it. I think it was Jamie Apodi, 6ABC, had the picture of, I think it was Bryson Stott wearing the shirt that said like 46,000 or 46,026, meaning the 46,000 fans and the 26 members of the Phillies in that dugout. That's how you got to go. That's who you got to go up against if you're coming into this ballpark in the postseason. That is incredible. I've said it all throughout this run. I've said it before with other playoff runs, but this one feels so much more special. Oh my God. When you think about coming into Citizens Bank Park, whether you're Justin Verlander flipping the bird to the fans, which I know was in jest, whatever. But if you're coming into this stadium, if you're coming into South Philadelphia, you have to realize, you have to know, you have to understand that you're not just taking on the roster that's playing you that night. You're taking on the 46,000 people hooting and hollering, screaming and yelling, making all the noise, waving the rally towels to make sure you go home a loser. And watching it, listening to it. Nick Castellanos started things off with another sliding grab. Like, they should just make that joke with his wife on whatever, fiance, wife, whatever, on Twitter because she tweeted about it. And I was just like, they should just make it the logo. Just Nick Castellanos. That should be the logo. Right there. The Nick Castellanos sliding grabs. The Phillies don't lose games. Nick Castellanos makes sliding grabs. He did it again tonight in the first out of the game. From that point, I was like, oh, ball game. He only does that and wins. Hat tip, Ranger Suarez. Oh, my goodness gracious. What has gotten into you, young man? We had Scott Air on the show last week, and he was talking about how Ranger Suarez has never rocked, never rattled. And what are they talking about on the broadcast tonight? This guy's never rocked. He's never rattled. He's always smiling. He's always got a cool demeanor. And that is the MO of Ranger Suarez. He goes out tonight. Not out of the bullpen, but as your starting pitcher. Been your third man all year long for the majority. And he comes out tonight and he absolutely deals. Absolutely deals. Final line on him tonight. 3 hits over 5 scoreless, 1 walk, struck out 4, 76 pitches. And the bullpen, this is for you. This is for you. Nelson, you kind of scared me there for a little bit, but everybody just still, you did the deal. You did the deal. Good job by you guys. Good job. Great job at it. And Rob Thompson, not feeling like he had to go to anybody that was going to be an ace up his sleeve, like Alvarado or Dominguez or even Eflin in this ball game. Credit to you for not pushing any panic buttons, and credit to you for sticking with Ranger Suarez so we could get that final out against Jose Altuve to sit his ass down as well. I can't believe it. This is happening. Now, we normally don't do this when we do emergency shows. We normally don't do this when we have emergency shows, right? But we have a guest coming up a little bit later. This is the man that's going to be coming on with us. His name is Mark Kramer, right? Now, he took this picture of Jamie Hoskins, the wife of Reese Hoskins, who apparently was buying beers for people in Houston And guess what? She took that hospitality back to Citizens Bank Park and was buying a case of beer. Those look like there's some nice Yinglings, right? Yeah. She was bought a case of beer for fans at Citizens Bank Park. How great is that? Mark will join us. He'll let us inside the stadium a little bit, tell us what it was like in that atmosphere, because I'll tell you this, when Nick Castellanos made that play in the first inning for the first out of the ball game, comes sliding in to make that grab, it was the speakers went out on your television. If you're watching the game at home like I did today, the speakers, when it was like this loud, like, and then it was just dead silence for a second. And it was like, that just happened. You just blew out the speakers for the TV broadcast. They couldn't handle it. And then they came back and you heard the crowd going crazy again. It was fantastic. Harper gets things going for you with his home run in the first inning because, of course, and I don't know if this is happening for you guys, but it's happening for me. I'm getting the tweets before it actually happens. So I see my man Corey Simon over there at NBC said, of course he did. And I go, oh my God. And my wife's over there reading her Kindle. And I'm like, I think Bryce Harper goes down. Then home run. Then next up, Alec Boehm, because Bryce Harper called him over. Come here. This is what he's doing. He's totally tipping his pitches. McCullers is totally tipping his pitches. Good God. If you see him blink twice, watch that fastball. Sure enough, fastball tails in the inside corner of the plate. Literally lined up on the outside corner of the plate. Literally comes to the inside corner of the plate. Alec Boehm, thanks very much. Boom, deposits it over the left field wall. Later in the game, later that inning, Marsh hits the home run. God bless that kid. I know his name. I don't have it. I can't find it. The little kid. God bless him. That kid goes out there. First off, the presence of mind on the Marsh home run for this kid to not reach over the wall. Jeffrey Mayer. No. This kid, know what he is? He's poised. He's calm, collected, not sure-handed, but that's okay. But he doesn't reach over, which would have put Marsh back on second base and not given him the home run and not given the Phillies the 4-3 lead, but would have kept it 4-0 lead, would have kept it 3-0 at that point. But the kid stays back, drops the baseball, unfortunately, so he didn't make the play. But still, the presence of mind and awareness is all I care about right there. Good job, kid. Way to be. Phillies go up 4-0 on that play. Schwarber had to get in on the action because, of course, he did, and he knew it right away. I don't know what he was saying to the dugout, but, man, that was incredible. And then you have Rhys Hoskins capping off the scoring with another solo home run for himself to make it a 7-0 ball game. Through and through, a complete game. A complete game by this man. They never let up. They kept on adding. They kept on taking great at-bats. Bryson Stott has not been amazing this postseason, really, at all. But in terms of grinding out at-bats as a young man, waiting for that pitch, he's been doing it. He's been doing it very, very well. They put the stat up there tonight, as a matter of fact, that he's leading the majors in the postseason in pitches seen per at-bat. That's not too shabby, especially when you look at some of the other names on that list. I jotted down, just look at some of those guys that were on that list. From tonight when they put it up there on the broadcast. And, of course, it does what? A load for me tonight. My phone's just too excited. It's just too excited is the problem, unfortunately. But the Phillies go out there tonight, and they just absolutely take it, too. It was wild. Oh, that's another stat that they had out there that was pretty wild. I'll get this one in as well. Largest win disparity for World Series opponents during a regular season. Chicago White Sox versus Chicago Cubs in 1906 was 23. This year, the Houston Astros won 19 more games than the Philadelphia Phillies. Yet the Philadelphia Phillies, when it matters most, are up in this series 2-1. The 08 Phillies won every first game in their playoff run, lost every second game. Now, it was a little bit different, a little bit of a different playoff format. Phillies obviously won 2 games of 3 against the Cardinals, so you can't really look at that. But in every series since then, they've won game 1, they've lost game 2, they've taken it the rest of the way. What have the Phillies done right here? The Phillies have won game 1, they lost game 2, they took game 3, and they took game 3 handily in front of all you South Philly faithful. This is unbelievable. You get Nola back. Hopefully he shakes off any cobwebs that he had from game 1. He settles in nice. Bats stay red hot. Bryce Harper continues to lead the way. The next thing you know, you go from 2 wins away now to 1 win away. Keep it coming. I'll keep on mentioning it. after they clinched the spot in Houston, after that first game of the last series of the season, you had Rob Thompson, you had Topper out there saying how they had 13 more wins, raising the champion, 13 more wins. And I thought, oh, that's adorable. Keep the confidence. Good for you. You got to do that. And I'll be here for every step of the way. And now, holy good Lord, there are 2 wins away. This is our baseball team. This is our time to enjoy every second of this. I can't wait. I'm telling you right now, I can't wait until we get another moment where we get the party on Broad Street again. 2 wins away. I want to get some of you guys' thoughts on everything, see how you guys are doing. Kevin's leading us off. What's up, Kevin? Let's go, Phils. Brian, Devity, what's up, brother? How you doing? Emergency show. Love it. A rather overused term in the business, but that's fine. Hungry Python 1963. Woo! You damn right, woo. What's going on, Insane? Yeah, there you go. So insane, got no brain. That's one for the older kids in the crowd. All right. Oh, hell yeah. Cat 60. Cat 60. So my wife, who was on her Kindle, again, looked up, and I believe it was at the Schwarber home run, and she looked up, huh? And she's like, what is it, like a home run derby? Anyway, and then she went back to her Kindle. Wife, not a huge sports fan. Incredible. Jeff, what's up, Jeff? Incredible. What more can I say? Everyone is just fired up like they drank a case of Mountain Dew. Phillies bats were all hopped up on Mountain Dew tonight. Beats the hell out of whatever Kyle Tucker's bat was made out of in game 1. I've never seen a bat break like that. It still blows my mind like that. Or whatever Maldonado. By the way, credit again to the crowd because you guys are amazing. Chanting, check his bat. Check his bat all night long. Illegal substances made of an ungodly thing. Wait, hold on a second. Ari, what's up, Ari? Wait, there's a baseball game tonight? Here's how I know there was absolutely a baseball game tonight. And Ari, I know you are giving us some sarcasm. But I had people within my family tree that always tell me how much they hate baseball, like in general. Like they're Flyers fans or they're Eagles fans or the Sixers fans, but they're, baseball's boring, whatever. Okay, now baseball can do some things to make itself better overall, not for the Phillies, because the Phillies play some exciting baseball. But when it comes to everything else, yeah, baseball could be a little bit more exciting. But they're texting me and they're going, what? This is amazing. What, the Phillies are incredible. And I'm like, you're damn right they're incredible. Welcome to the bandwagon, baby. That's how I know. Marquise, what a win against the Cheaterits. Am I saying that? Cheat Riots? Well, I don't even know. Trying Major League Baseball, the Astros. You know what's funny? And I'll tell this to my friend Tom Feiner. What's up, Tom? How you doing? Well, hi, Mark. Tom Feiner, chiming in right there. Here's what I'll say. The Houston Astros went from using trash cans to playing like trash. That's what happened here. And that's what the Phillies are doing against this Houston Astros team in this series. And I hope they keep it going, and I think they will keep it going. Look, does the rain help? Yes, the rain helped the Phillies. Certainly, unquestionably more than it helps the team like the Astros. The Phillies, I believe, going into this series are not the most talented team. I think that's the Houston Astros. The Houston Astros are the most experienced team, unless you're talking about a guy like Kyle Schwarber, right? But the Phillies don't give a damn about anything that happened before this series. The Phillies are going out there to punch you in the mouth. For those unfamiliar, one of the greatest lines ever uttered in sports history was, believe it or not, by the one and only Iron Mike Tyson, who said, and I quote, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And the Phillies, they're looking over there at the Houston Astros, and they're going, oh, you guys have this great plan? Like, you're going to come in here with all your wins and 19 more wins than we did? It's so cute. It's so adorable. Boom, and punch them in the mouth. They got no plan. What are you going to do when Bryce Harper is belting home runs over the right field wall? What are you going to do when Rhys Hoskins gets hot again? What are you going to do when Kyle Schwarber decides, hell with this? This one's going, 448 feet? Whatever the hell that traveled? Unreal. 443 feet for Kyle Schwarber tonight. I am beside myself with every ounce of joy. And I'm trying to see if my guest is... Okay, guest is heading to his car right now. So we're going to get a live look probably of the... parking lot, at least. See what's going on over there. So we'll do that. Ari, of course, I know you're kidding. Congratulations to all the Philly fans and his friends that are fans. What a win. Anybody but the Astros. See, here's the deal. A little backstory. Ari, regular on the show here, the Farzy show, listens via podcast usually. Big St. Louis Cardinals fan, and that's okay. He stays true, but likes the show, so he joins the show. So Ari right there, and Eagles fan. Ari out there just wants us to take it to the Astros. And I will say this. 'Twould be our pleasure. 'Twould be our pleasure. 5 home runs versus the nonstop. Talked about Astros pitching. Eagle Otto, what's happening? What Astros pitching? 7-0 is crazy. Marquise, what's going on? 7-0 is crazy. I just hope they can play like this for 2 more games. You know what? Bring it each and every time. Mrs. Birdgay! Mrs. Birdgay! What's up, beautiful? How you doing? Just Farzy! Exclamation points. I'm here for it. That's cool. It's a home run derby in Philly. I concur. Harper is definitely the MVP. I mean, I'm telling you right now, this is what it feels like. 1,000%, this is what it feels like. It feels like you have a dominating basketball player that you know changes the course of everything. It's like you have 08 Cole Hamels pitching every game. That's what it feels like. 2009 Cole Hamels, not so much. 2008 Cole Hamels, definitely, who was the postseason MVP and the World Series MVP. You feel like you're going to change the tide of the game every single time Bryce Harper steps to the plate. And that's how he's performed throughout the postseason. I was waiting for it to crack through in games 1 and 2. Not so much. He had opportunities, especially in game 2. Didn't happen. Game 3 tonight, follow me, boys. And then, hey, boom, Boomer. Come here. When he blinks 3 times, that's when you know the fastball's coming. I don't know if that's actually what it was, how he was tipping his pitches, but apparently he was tipping his pitches just a little bit there. T-Bro! T-Bro, holy effing shnikes! Let's go, baby. Love seeing the excitement here. Houston pitcher was throwing batting practice tonight. I can confirm that based on the amount of souvenirs that were given away tonight. Phillies bullpen has given up how many runs this World Series? I believe 0. Complete team finish. This is a true and complete team. Finish them. My ADD is kicking in like crazy. Greg, what's going on, Greg? Thank you. Franco Propado. What's up, Franco? Franco? What do you like? Anyway, has there ever been a team you could root for more than this Phillies team? They cheer as much for a strikeout or pop out as they do for a friggin' home run. Wow. Yeah, you're damn right, Wow. I said it in the Braves series when Gene Segura shielded the sun and caught a baseball for like the second out of an inning. There was a standing ovation for Gene Segura shielding the sun. It was more for him shielding the sun than it was for the out. At least that's what it seemed like. All right, let's go out. Let's go out to the parking lot. I don't want to keep my man waiting. I want to share. I don't know this gentleman. We have never met that I know of. Mark, is it Mark Kramer? Mark Kramer? What's going on? Do I have you? Is the internet just crazy right now? I'm sure everybody's on their phone from the parking lot right now, so we're having trouble. All right, here we go. I'm going to take you down for a second. I'm going to check my other page here, and I'm going to see what's what and see if we can get you going. Let me know. Anybody let me know if he's coming through at all. Chutes and ladders. What did I just do? Now I'm pushing buttons. Don't know what the hell's happening. Let's try this one more time and see if we can get him in here. See if this is working. I hear him. He sounds good. And I'm just going to see if we can see it. There. All right. Let's try to take advantage of this. All right. Now, is it Mark Kramer?
Yeah, you got it right.
Kramer?
Yeah.
My man. Okay, first off, let me just applaud you for your amazing work that you did in the stadium tonight. First off, you and every other fan that was down there that was on your feet for the entire game, bringing the energy. First, just please set the scene for me. Was it just electric before a pitch was even thrown?
Yeah, I mean, I got to my seats and it was just unreal. Like everyone was standing around my section, just chanting, "Let's go Phillies," and it was just unreal. The energy just was incredible. I think especially because it was delayed a day that just brought more people more and more excited for the game.
It certainly was coming through the TV, no doubt about that. And then this was wild. Just, I guess, to literally get the crowd juiced up a little bit more, you took this picture of Jamie Hoskins the wife of Reese Hoskins, buying beer. Now, was she just distributing the beer? Did she take it around with her? Did she stand there? How'd this work?
So I know I saw her earlier tweets how she, in like previous rounds, that she said she was buying like beer, like 50 beers for a section. So I was meeting up with my brother beforehand because he was at the game as well. And then I was walking back to my seats and I just happened to see her, and I decided to take the photo and just say my tweet, and then that's it. And I just didn't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden it just started blowing up.
Oh my goodness! So, what was the reception like? Did anybody like cheer her? Everyone knew who she was. You obviously knew who she was.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knew who she was right away, and they all cheered her, and everyone was just very excited to see her again.
All right. Speaking of excitement, how excited are you right now that your Philadelphia Phillies, our beloved Philadelphia Phillies, are 2 wins away from a party on Broad Street?
I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, I said once they made the playoffs, I was like, all right, they finally broke the drought. Let's just get in, and then let's see whatever happens. And then I saw like the celebrations, and JT was like 13 more topper. And I was like, all right, maybe this team believes that they could do it. And then they beat St. Louis, and then it just started building and building more. And then once they, my viewpoint was get a split in Houston, and then they'll win it in 5. So far, it's going well.
Now, you sound wildly sober, which is good. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, so you're very much so you didn't have a beer from Jamie then, or 5?
No, I'm not much of a beer guy, but I definitely had a few drinks tonight. That's right.
Make sure you get your hot thermos there. I got one of the Ren October hot thermos with a little spike cider in it.
Yeah, I have one of those. Those are really fucking good. Sorry for the curse.
It's the internet. Last thing for you. Who got the biggest ovation? I saw Tim McGraw got a big ovation. I saw Chase Utley, Ryan Howard got the big ovation as well. Who do you think got the big ovation?
I think it was Utley because they just weren't expecting it.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in London or something. Yeah,
exactly. And so apparently, I from what I read on Twitter, he was flown in. So seeing Utley with Howard again was just unbelievable. I think he got the biggest ovation. It would have been either him or Hamels because they weren't expecting Hamels either. Oh,
that's fantastic. I saw Chooch was also there. What was it like walking out of the stadium? Was it just completely bonkers?
It was unreal. People were singing and dancing on my own. There was an Eagles chant apparently, which was very well because both Eagles are 7-0 and they won 7-0, but it was just unreal.
That's awesome. Mark, I appreciate you, man. What line of work are you in, bud?
I work as an operations analyst right now.
My man. And you're a Temple guy?
Yes, Temple Maine.
There we go. You and me, bud.
Mark, I was very excited to see PJ Walker succeed on Sunday.
Exactly. I know. Right? I just picked him up in fantasy. Anyway, hey, great. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Go back to the fun. You're the best, man. And this will be available on YouTube. You can share it with your friends and tell them that you're doing hits now.
I'll DM you about that. Perfect.
You got it, brother. Have a good one, man.
Thank you. You too.
Mark Krever joining us right there as a guest, joining us from the parking lot where I can see one guy at least losing his mind there in the background. But I want to go back to some of your comments on this victory because I know everyone's just so excited about it. Oh, there's an adult advertisement going on in the chat right now. I'm not going to click that one. Wait, huh? Birds looked okay tonight, but only a tutty? Come on, Nick. Oh, I get what you're doing there. Ring the bell. I got you. Robert, thank you, Robert. Appreciate you. Sammy Chan. Nick Nelson. Thank you. I hope you're all stretched out. Won't see you till next year. Okay, thank you. Max, what's going on, Max? Everyone's all ready to go here, as they should, without question. Tommy Scott, electricity at the bank. We're fired up, Farzy. It certainly seemed like it. It was awesome. Wait, huh? Franco from Doylestown. By the way, sup, homie? What's up? You at Finney's right now, throwing back a few, are ya? Oh my goodness, Doylestown. That's where I grew up. Perhaps even now we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Perhaps even Turner replaces Segura, which would be a bit better. Wait, I'm a bit between on. Sorry, excuse me. That's down the line. One last one here. 2 wins away from becoming the first 6-seeded team to win the World Series. Go Phillies. The last time I did an emergency show was after game 1 of this World Series. And I did an instant reaction show right there. And people were pissed at John Smoltz. And I get why people were pissed at John Smoltz, because to steal this line from Michael Ian Black has this great line about the guy that goes to the strip club and thinks, she really likes me. He's got a great line, and he associates it He associates it with people that think their kids are gifted. If you think your kid is gifted, you're probably the same guy that goes to the strip club and like, she really likes me. It's like the same impulse. The Braves isn't working. If you're the person that thinks the national announcer hates your team, you're probably also the same person that goes to the strip club and thinks, she really likes me. That's the way I've always described it. However, I digress. Back to the point. I don't think John Smoltz hates the Phillies. Yes, I think he's got a favoritism towards the Atlanta Braves. And yes, I think he knows where his bread is buttered, and that is in Atlanta with the Atlanta Braves fan base. However, I don't think his comment about the Phillies being the most improbable team in his broadcasting career, even though he said 50 years, that really he looks at as a team that is the most improbable. There's nobody else that is more improbable. When literally, and they talked about it on the broadcast tonight, two things they made reference to that I have made reference to on this show before, which is simple. They don't make the playoffs any other year but this year because of expansion. They're not even sniffing the playoffs any other year without Bryce Harper because of the designated hitter rule. He was in that lineup and he could still mash. And even before the injury, he was mashing. That's pretty improbable. Then you're only an 87-win team who really, something he said during the show tonight, during the broadcast tonight that pissed me off, was he said the Phillies peaked at the right time. If you're including the playoffs as peaking at the right time, then you are correct. I don't think he's peaking. I don't think he's referencing the playoffs. I think he's referencing September, and they were not good in September. What did they finish, 4 or 5 games under 500 in the month of September? No, they did not peak at the right time. They peaked a little early in the season. Usually you want to see them playing their best in September, rolling into the postseason, carrying that momentum. Turns out that didn't matter. That didn't matter even a little bit. All they had to do was get to October and then start mashing, and that's what they've done. Phillies are the only team in the month of October. Phillies are the only team in the month of October to beat the Houston Astros. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Astros rolling through the playoffs before they ran into a freight train called the Fighting Phils. Let's just feel this. It feels so good. It feels so good. Let's see what else we got from good people. Oh, I forgot about Gibson. Mihai. What's up, Mihai? I keep dancing on my own. Magic number is 2. Glad Brogdon, Nelson, and Bellotti got in. Save our best for the next 2 games, and hopefully only 2 ring the bell. Nola starting tomorrow, says Gabe. Thank you, Gabe. Ready to go. The only Philly that has a lower heart rate than Topper is Suarez. Yeah, it certainly seems like it. And there was talk, and I was texting with my buddies during the game. There's one thing that I looked at when I saw Gibson in the bullpen getting loose. I thought to myself, oh, good. This is good. You do that. You get loose for this game. That way, it all but guarantees we will not see you as a starting pitcher in this series. That was one of the best things I could take away from this game that led into Game 4. That leads into Game 4. Other than the fact being up 2-1, it's that you're not going to have Gibson as one of your starting pitchers. And his 9 ERA that he posted in the month of September. Like him out of the bullpen. He's done fine out of the bullpen. Keep him in the bullpen. Don't need him on the starters bump. Don't need that even a little bit. Now you can go Nola. Then you can go Syndergaard. Maybe Wheeler. Probably not. But maybe. We'll see. Topper's done some crazy things this postseason. Gone against conventional wisdom in a lot of instances. Jacob Frio, we're going streaking. We're going through the quad and into the gymnasium for the people from old school, the younger people here. There you go. Not that young anymore, unfortunately, which is actually another reference. Then that's to another movie. Collie Woolley. What's up? Let's go, Phils. Cannot wait for tomorrow. So proud of this incredible team. We're all proud of this incredible team. It's absolutely insane. I mean, I think a lot of us in Philadelphia can fall head over heels in love with great leadership. Winning above all else, of course. Get the obvious things out of the way real quick. Actual production, we can fall in love with that. But great leadership is what is ridiculously hard to come by. Because great leadership will make those guys at the bottom of the roster, the guys that just barely made the cut, great leadership will make them look inside themselves and find something special. Alec Boehm has had a great year. And I know it gets brought up all the time about what he said and how he reacted, and that's great. But the fact that Bryce Harper called him over, had the presence of mind in the situation to say, oh, guess who else can take this guy deep? You can. This is what he's doing. Go exploit the hell out of it. And he took advantage of it. Now, if I'm being real, it helps that McCullers totally missed his spot, leaked on the inside corner of the plate, and Boehm knew exactly what to do with it because why? He knew it was coming. He blasted it over the left field wall. A little bit of a wall scraper, but bottom line, it was a home run. That's great leadership. And I tend to go back a lot and think about what people said before Bryce Harper got here. And I remember Jonathan Papelbon, even in the middle of the season, was talking about it. I remember waking up and going, I didn't give a damn what Jonathan Papelbon had to say, and I still don't give a damn what Jonathan Papelbon has to say, especially if it's going to be negative against a guy who's been a model citizen here in Philadelphia. And you can dismiss a lot of what Bryce Harper does as pander. Oh, he's pandering. Yes, pander the hell out of me. You're going to be here for 13 years. I want to at least grow to love you, right? Bryce Harper has matured. And recently, Jonathan Papelbon came out and said something to that effect as well, that he'd probably thank him for his squabble that they had in the dugout while they were both with the Washington Nationals. All I know is the guy that's playing right now in Philly is already one of the best leaders we have seen in this city. Whether it's signing JT Realmuto, whether it's taking pressure off Rhys Hoskins, whether it's calling Alec Boehm over, whether it's hustling, whether it's going all out while it's playing all year with a bum elbow, whatever it is, man, Bryce Harper's right there to lead this team. I've joked during the season that it's not just Bryce's team anymore. It's Bryce's whole franchise. This is his show. Him, Dave Dombrowski, and John Middleton. But Bryce Harper is the biggest name in that bunch, and he's the one making things happen for this ball club. They are following Bryce's lead. And whether it's game one against the Cardinals, game two against the Cardinals, where you just come out and you say, we're not going to lose this game. We're not bleeping losing this game. Bryce Harper's the guy setting the tone. It matters most and above all else that he sets it from the plate. And that's what he did today. That's what he's been doing really throughout the postseason. First time in this series, really, he was leading the way there. But, man, if he leads the way in the clubhouse with things that he did today, things like he did tonight, then we're going to be partying on Broad Street. Nola's got to get back out there tomorrow and handle his business more so than we've really seen him do in the postseason. And then after that, hopefully you can write it away with a bullpen game. And then maybe if you don't, Zach Wheeler's ready to go. They're set up for success. They're set up for success. Cat 60. Wait, Schwarber didn't win free food for the fans? No, not tonight at least. Win, Rocky. No one saw this coming, and it's glorious. I will say this. When Joe Girardi was still the manager, this is all I said. I didn't say they were going to win a World Series. I said they're going to make the playoffs. I said when Joe Girardi was still the manager, I said this. I said, this team still has a great run in them where they're at least going to giving us meaningful games in September, but I'm expecting to make the postseason. But that will not happen until they fire Joe Girardi and they give this team back to the clubhouse. They give this team essentially back to Bryce Harper. And whatever mood, atmosphere, whatever Rob Thompson brought into that clubhouse for the Phils, it seemed like a lot of pressure was off. Seems like a lot more guys were a lot more comfortable real fast. And when you give the ball club back to the players, great things happen. And that's what's happened with this ball club. Rob Thompson's done a phenomenal job. And it was funny. One of my buddy Bennett, who I've referenced on my show a bunch, he was talking about how Rob Thompson's going to do something that's a little questionable, but ballsy. And he left Ranger Suarez in there to face Altuve. And I'm thinking, no one's going to fault him really for going to the pen in this type of situation because you still had all your big guns available in the lineup, obviously. In that inning, you had Gurriel ground out to second. Then Hensley got struck out by Suarez. So you're already up in that inning. You had 2 outs. Then McCormick was walked. Maldonado got the single. Altuve stepped up to the plate with 2 runners on and 2 outs. And instead of going to the pen in that situation, the third time he'd be facing Ranger Suarez would be facing Jose Altuve, he stuck with him. And Jose Altuve popped out to the first baseman. Popped out to Rhys Hoskins. I'm glad he did it. I'm always for if a pitcher's cruising, especially a starting pitcher, regardless of the situation, you got to leave him in there. Especially, I mean, regardless of the situation, meaning like who you have available in the bullpen, anybody else you could bring in, something like that. But he stuck with him, and it paid off. And Ranger Suarez got to go in the World Series and toss 5 scoreless. This team is pretty damn special. T-Bro. No, I did not forget. It was one of the first things I mentioned. Diving, sliding catches all day long from Nick Castellanos. Folks, I'm going to be back with you in the AM. Wanted to make sure I gave you guys a fine reaction show after Game 3 of the World Series, where the Phillies went up 2-1 on the Houston Astros. Aaron Nola on the hill tomorrow. Look forward to talking about another victory. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow in 6 hours on the Farzy Show at a regularly scheduled time. We usually get it going at like 6:10 in the morning. We get a couple things done, and then we move on. But anyway, back talking more Phillies baseball with you guys coming up in the morning. So hopefully I'll see you guys there as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to Farzy Show. It's presented by Steven Singer of Steven Singer Jewelers. Anybody that likes a Manscaped? Anyone? Manscaped.com. More information, use promo code Farzy at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. If you like CBD, if you use CBD, if you want to try a different CBD, FreestoneFarmCBD.com. That's FreestoneFarmCBD.com. Use promo code Farzy for 20% off. And let's not forget about our friends at Mojo. For those in New Jersey, you can download the Mojo app to your phone right now. Available in New Jersey. Download the Mojo app. You can have some stocks available with Mojo. Buy a player low, sell them high. Think Miles Sanders stock will climb by season's end? Buy it now, sell them high. That's how it works on the Mojo app. With the share prices attached to players, you could get up to $10,000 free by registering at the Mojo app. So make sure you do so. $10,000 in share prices available by registering on the Mojo app. Available in New Jersey on iOS. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is the Farzy Show. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Talk to you guys in 6 hours. Farzy emergency show, that is. Appreciate you. Let's go, Phils. Talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.